slight reach advantage for Axel Schulz. Michael Mora, 2 years older. Mora started his pro career back in 1988. Schulz not till 1990, but of course Mora started his career at light heavyweight, one of the better light heavyweight champions of all time, a devastating knockout puncher at light heavyweight. As the heavyweight has had punching power, but not to the extent that he had it.
Des Deutschen Meisters im Fußball. Sauerland Promotions, Cedric Kushner Productions, Main Events Fight Night and RTL präsentiert Selbstrundenboxmeisterschaft im Schwergewicht. 12 rounds of boxing for the vacant IBF World Heavyweight Championship, sanctioned by the BDB and the IBF. BDB President Dr. Alois Toiva, IBF President Robert W. Lee, European Commissioner at ringside Benedetto Montella, IBF Supervisor at ringside Walter R. Stone, Coordinator for the event Marcel Nartz. The 3 judges scoring this contest on a 10-point must system are Walter Cavalieri, John Stewart, and Dave Paris. And when the bell rings, the man in charge of the action, your referee, Bill Connors. Und jetzt, meine Damen und Herren, aus Dortmund, Deutschland, let's get ready to rumble! Introducing first, wearing black and yellow, weighing in at 101 kilograms. That's 222 3/4 pounds. His professional record, 21 victories, 2 defeats, 1 draw, and 1 no decision, with 10 knockouts to his credit. Meine Damen und Herren, in der blauen Ecke, aus Frankfurt oder Deutschland, here is Axel Schulz. And across the ring in the red corner, wearing green and weighing in at 100.8 kilos. That's 222 1/4 pounds. His professional record, 36 victories, only 1 defeat, with 30 KOs and 3 world championships. Ladies and gentlemen, from Boca Raton, Florida, USA, introducing the former heavyweight champion of the world, Michael Mora.
Teddy, can you see the trunks here? Teddy, open up the road. Open up the road. Okay, that's fine. All right, you both received your instructions in the dressing room. Are there any questions at this time? Listen to my commands at all times. Protect yourself at all times. Touch gloves, and good luck to both of you.
Giving instructions. Teddy Atlas out there with Michael Mora, Manfred Volker with Axel Schulz. You ready to watch Mora in his characteristic southpaw stance. Schulz, of course, though, been training with southpaws. Southpaw sparring partners. Should be fully prepared for anything that Mora could. Let's put it this way, there'll be no surprises. Be interesting to see what kind of motivational skills Teddy Atlas is going to need. We all remember the time he sat down on the stool between rounds in the Holyfield fight. Might have done just enough at that point to get Mora to win the fight, which he won on a majority decision after getting off the floor. He was dropped in that fight by Holyfield. Mora comes out uncharacteristically fast. Lands a good stiff right jab, has Schulz backing up already. Mora, a very heavy puncher, 30 knockouts and 36 victories. Hasn't had a KO win, though, since back in 1993. That coming against James Pritchard in June of '93. Schulz not a heavy puncher. He's got 10 knockouts in his 21 wins. His last knockout coming against Al Evans back in May of '94. Schulz fighting, backing up. Mora coming in. Good Good right uppercut catches Schulz. Minute gone by in round number 1. Mora looking very sharp. Schulz looking tentative. Schulz opens up with his first combination of the fight. Draws a reaction from the crowd. Good right hand lead by Schulz. That's what he's going to need when he's fighting a southpaw. Jab's not going to do very much against Michael Mora. Needs a good right hand lead followed by left to the body. Tries the right hand lead again. Mora comes back with a 2-punch combination of his own. Mora looking very sharp. Schulz a little tentative, depending on that right hand lead at the moment. Covers up, trying to hold off the body attack of Michael Mora. Schulz using that right lead, but very tentative when he throws it. Throwing it from a little bit too far outside. Doesn't want to lay on the ropes against Mora. Spins him, though, and then doesn't do anything. Schulz throwing 1 punch at a time. Mora trying to double on the jab. Very good first round thus far from Michael Mora. Lands a big right uppercut on Schulz. Wobbles him, but Schulz turns him around. Tries to get a little bit more aggressive himself. Brings a roar from the crowd, but not really landing. Mora slips that punch as well as we come to the end of round number 1. Big one for the former world champion. Teddy Atlas has to be happy with what he saw in round number 1. Very good one from Michael Mora. Veteran cutman Ralph Citro applying the end swells to both of Mora's eyes. Strictly a precaution at this point. Lou Duva's in the corner as well. We take a look at Manfred Volker over there with Axel Schulz. Denny Mancini applying the grease to his face. Virtual who's who of people in boxing in the ring right now. Volker, a brilliant strategist. And Teddy Atlas known for his motivational skills, not just his training. Round number 2, it's scheduled for 12. Michael Mora in the green shorts. Axel Schulz in the black with the gold stripe. Fight's very young at this point, but a very good first round for Mora, but no knockdowns thus far. Schulz coming out a lot more aggressive. Mora answers with his own 2-punch combination. Big criticism for Schulz giving away the early rounds in his fight with Francois Botha. Moot point at this moment, as that fight was declared a no contest. And both have tested positive for anabolic steroids, leading to this vacant title fight. Can Mora win back what was taken from him by George Foreman? Devastating knockout, and no one was more surprised than this announcer that night. I was there doing the international feed. Had Mora way ahead, was already writing George's epitaph when that 2-punch combination struck, and Michael Mora, first loss and first knockout of his career. Axel Schulz has never been stopped. His 2 losses came via the 12-round decision route, once against Henry Akinwande. The other, of course, disputed decision against George Foreman. Halfway gone here in round number 2, and Mora's pace is a lot slower in round number 2 than it was in round number 1. Being a lot more methodical right now. Schulz lands a good right to the body. Doesn't seem to have much effect on Mora. Mora bypassed the cruiserweight division altogether, jumping from light heavyweight to heavyweight. Schulz always fought at this weight. although he was down as low as 207 pounds earlier in his career. A lot at stake here, and that's an understatement. Not just the coveted heavyweight championship, it brings a lot of different things with it. In the sense of boxing, in a world of options, there's no options tonight. It's a winner-take-all even for the promoters. Famed Duvas representing Michael Mora. And a good left-right combination brings a roar from the crowd, but as Schulz lands. Cedric Kushner and Wilfred Sauerland, of course, representing Axel Schulz. Under 10 seconds to go in round number 2. A little bit better round for Axel Schulz. Mora lands a big blow at the end.
Das war das Ende der zweiten Runde. Wir begrüßen in der Ecke von Axel Schulz seinen Trainer. Herzlich willkommen in Dortmund, Ex-Olympiasieger Manfred
Axel
Volker.
Schulz, we take a look here in the corner after round number 2. Seemed to pick up the pace quite a bit. He's being fanned by Manfred Volker. We take a look at action here, and there are some of the better shots that Schulz landed in round number 2. On my scorecard, not enough to win the round, but nevertheless, serving notice to Michael Mora that this is not going to be an easy evening.
He's giving you the body by covering up.
Take a look at it from a different angle.
I want your workload to be higher.
Unfortunately, Schulz not one of the heavier hitters in the division.
Ebenfalls zur dritten Runde, Round 3.
As we begin the third round, we're scheduled for 12. Punches thrown, 39 for Schulz, 40, that shouldn't say Botha. Schulz starting to open up a little bit more here. No knockdowns thus far in the fight. But Schulz coming on in round number 2 after having a very lethargic first round. And with almost a minute gone by here in round number 3, he seems to start to get comfortable in getting the range here on Michael Mora. Good right hand lead. The key punch you need to throw against the southpaw like Mora. Mora starting to work the body a little bit, hoping to take away Schultz's legs. Schulz a lot quicker now and starting a lot faster than he did in the Botha fight. Doesn't want to get sucked into throwing a lot of jabs, though. Left jab is going to be meaningless against Mora as we're halfway gone here in round number 3. One minute to go in round number 3, and a real good one at this point thus far for Axel Schulz. Seems to be able to keep Michael Mora off him, and Mora, though, lands a good stiff right jab. Nice left hook lands by Axel Schulz. Doesn't want to lay on the ropes, though, and eat uppercuts by Mora. Mora, the heavier hitter of the two. If you're just joining us, very cold here in the low 40-degree range in Dortmund, Germany. Very adverse conditions. To see neither fighter at this point sweating profusely at all. But a very good third round for Axel Schulz. Might possibly be the first one that he's won thus far in the fight, unofficially, of course. Finishes strong with a good combination on Mora. And another good right hand lands by Axel Schulz. And a very appreciative hometown crowd cheers Axel Schulz, who finishes the third round very strong, and unofficially the first round that he's won on my scorecard. Starting a lot quicker than he did against Francois Botha. And perhaps it was that slow start. As we take a look at action here in round number 3. So a good right hand land on the part of Mora, but he ate quite a few of those right hands during the round from Axel Schulz. You can hear in the background Henry Masco, light heavyweight champion, just introduced to the crowd. A big favorite here.
10 seconds to the corner. Ringfrei zur vierten Runde, Round 4.
Let's go, seconds out.
So we begin round number 4 of the scheduled 12 rounder. You saw Teddy Atlas trying to motivate his fighter. Mora did not have a great third round. Schulz did. Schulz starting to feel more confident, finding the range with that right hand lead. Again, lands that right hand lead. Mora comes back. Schulz going into his shell. That's Mora, he's in the green shorts. Axel Schulz in the black with the gold stripe. We're in the 4th round, scheduled 12 rounder for the IBF Heavyweight Championship of the World. If you're just joining us, no knockdowns thus far in the fight. Punch stats after 3 rounds. Schulz landing more punches but throwing less. Had a very good third round. Looking very accurate with his punches at this point. Mora landing a good right hand jab. We're almost halfway gone here in round number 4. Fairly even round thus far. Schulz came out fast. Mora caught up though. Schulz really working that right, starting to frustrate Mora. Perhaps even the bigger prize is who's going to get to fight Mike Tyson for a potential unification. Certainly be the biggest fight in either fighter's career. But right now they've got to get past this one. Very close 4th round thus far. Mora had a very strong first round. Second round slightly more, could have been called even. Good third round for Axel Schulz. And a very even 4th round thus far. Schulz again lands that right. Seems to be able to land that right hand lead at will on Mora. And round up for grabs right now with 20 seconds to go. A big finish by either fighter could put this one in the bank. Oh, and a good left-right combination lands by Schulz. Didn't appear to hurt Mora, but certainly scoring points. Into round number 4, Mora nods at Schulz. And another good round for Axel Schulz in his 3rd try at the heavyweight championship.
Das war das Ende der 4. Runde. Zeit zwei Dortmunder Boxlegenden, die im Westen.
We take a look at action here from round number 4. After Mora lands, Schulz came back with a good left, slightly missing with that right. Mora's right, more of a pushing right. Watch that left over the top, then just misses with the right hand. One more angle. There's that good left at land. Axel Schulz, all of 10 knockouts though in his 21 wins. Michael Moorer again, 30. But a lot of those knockouts coming in the light heavyweight division. Hasn't had a knockout at heavyweight since 1993. And we take a look at the punch stats after 4 rounds. Punches landed almost even. Slight edge to Schulz. Moorer a little busier, throwing 20 more punches through 4 rounds. And we're in the 5th round now. No knockdowns thus far in the fight. Michael Moorer in the green shorts, Axel Schulz in the black with the gold. Moorer, of course, former light heavyweight and heavyweight champion of the world. Schulz in his 3rd try, hoping the 3rd time is the charm. Has to start to feel fairly confident at this point, holding his own with Moorer. At least on my card, unofficially taking the 3rd and 4th round. Nothing else, you can certainly tell that Schulz had been working with southpaws in sparring. Seems to have the right hand lead down to an art. Very cold here, though. Important again to point out the conditions in the low 40s. You'll see vapor coming from the mouths of both fighters. Very hard to break a sweat at this point. Both fighters, Schulz gets a warning to keep it up. Moorer got a warning for butting. Moorer starting to double up on the jab, follows with a wild left. Starting to get a little frustrated, doing a little head hunting. Nice body work by Schulz with a minute to go in round number 5. Oh, and Moorer lands a big shot on Schulz, and Schulz is hurt. Schulz definitely moving back in a shell, and that punch hurt him bad. Looking to hold on right now. Referee Bill Connors breaks the fighters. Schulz trying to clear his head. Still 40 seconds to go in round number 5, and Axel Schulz on very shaky legs from that combination by Michael Moorer. Moorer senses it, he's moving in, showing a lot of poise. Looking to land a big shot. He doesn't want to get caught himself on the way in as Schulz is starting to clear the cobwebs. Lands a short right of his own. As we come to the end of round number 5, Michael Moorer certainly back in the picture here as he rocked Axel Schulz. Teddy Atlas saying that was the round, that was it. Very happy with the performance of Michael Moorer in round number 5 after a very poor round 3 and 4. We take a look at Axel Schulz, who tasted Moorer's Sunday punch. Managed to withstand it, though.
Please do not allow.
He's been in with some heavy punches. We take a look at action here from round number 5.
Let me see your face. Listen, he wants you to not fight. He wants you to fight in spots. Back him
Moorer
up behind
working on
the
the
jab.
inside.
Don't come straight in where he can pot shot you. And when he covers up
There's
like
that
that,
right hand.
he should not survive that. You understand? Put the
Fortunately,
punches
caught
together.
Schulz.
You don't miss him
Well,
when he
for
covers
Schultz's
up like that.
benefit,
Go to the
fortunately caught
body.
him moving
You're wearing
backwards.
him down, and then come
There's
up
that
with the
big
punch,
right hand,
right?
and that was the right hand that shook Axel Schulz. Round number 6, we're scheduled for 12. This is the big one. Moorer pulling ahead now on punches. Thrown and landed. Had a very big 5th round, rocking Axel Schulz with a big right hand. Schulz showing a lot of experience, though. He's been in with some very heavy punches, not the least of which was Big George Foreman. Held on, got his head cleared. Moorer not able to take big advantage. But you can start to sense a momentum shift here. First 2 rounds were Moorer. 3rd and 4th, Axel Schulz, 5th round, big for Michael Mora, big enough that Teddy Atlas gave him a big greeting as he came back to the corner, and Mora's really starting to work on the inside now. Schulz not able to keep him off with that right-hand lead as he did earlier. Seems to be going back to that left jab, which is very ineffective against Mora. Quick hand speed there by Schulz, but look on Mora right now is like he's got Schulz figured out. We're halfway gone here in round number 6. Mora, the former champion, seems to have gotten his confidence back.
Very clean, breaking it.
Referee Bill Connors separates the fighters. Hasn't been much clinching at this point. Starting to get sloppy inside there, and those heads are starting to bang a little bit. Michael Mora, the southpaw. Axel Schulz, the orthodox fighter. Nice body work by Mora. Jab starting to land on Mora's part. Schulz abandoning that right-hand lead and starting to use the jab, not working for him at all. There's the right-hand lead, followed by a sharp left. Schulz tasted the power, though, of Mora in the 5th round. He seems to be fighting a lot more conservatively and in a shell. Not quite as aggressive as he was in the 3rd and 4th round. Fight scheduled for 12, though. Schulz always been good in the late rounds. We come to the end of round number 6. Again, Teddy Atlas rushes out to greet his fighter. At the end of the 6th round. Unofficially right now, I've got Michael Mora up 4 rounds to 2. Mora taking the 1st and the 2nd, 3rd and 4th. Axel Schulz as we take a look at action here in round number 6, and 5th and 6th to Mora. Mora fighting a very good fight on the inside against Schulz. Schulz trying to depend on a left jab in round number 6, a punch that will not work against the southpaw, and abandoning the right-hand lead, which did so much damage and good for him in rounds number 3 and 4. And we see Manfred Volker, Denny Mancini working on the eyes of Axel Schulz.
Come on. Get out of there.
Round number 7, there's no knockdowns thus far in the fight. Punch stats after 6 rounds. Mora with a slight edge. Heavier punches, though, the last 2 rounds coming from Michael Mora, the former champion. Appears like he's starting to try to measure Schulz this round. Throwing some very heavy punches right now. Schulz throwing that pawing jab. Both fighters coming out at a much slower pace in round number 7. There's that right-hand lead that Schulz used so well in the 3rd and 4th rounds. Needs to use that to keep off Michael Mora. Doesn't want to fight on the inside like that. Mora's been using the uppercut very effectively on the inside. Due to the cold weather, neither fighter really sweating right now. In the low 40-degree mark. Might even be under 40 by now. Very cold for a June night in Dortmund, Germany. I'm Arnie Tokyo Rosenthal coming to you on the Cedric Kushner Sports Network. It's been a great night of boxing here. And we still have half a fight in the scheduled 12-rounder for the vacant IBF Heavyweight Championship. Going into round number 7, unofficially, Mora up around 4 rounds to 2. Possibly a 3-2-1 fight at this point. Schulz starting to get back on track here. Mora letting him back in the fight. Fight that he looked like he started to dominate in rounds 5 and 6. Mora a little more lethargic this round. You can bet Teddy Atlas is going to be in his face when he comes back to the corner. Will he sit down on the stool like he did in the Evander Holyfield fight? Good body work by Mora. Good exchange by Schulz, brings the crowd. Westfalen Stadium to its feet. Good combination again by Schulz. Schulz coming back. Referee Bill Connors separates the fighters as we come to the end of round number 7. Up for grabs. And a good combination lands by Schulz at the end of the round. Was it enough to steal it, though? And we take a look at the corner after round number 7 of Axel Schulz. Another one more time momentum shift here as we look over at Teddy Atlas trying to inspire his fighter. Those are the end swells of Raul Citro working on the eyes. Lou Duva in the corner as well as we take a look at action from round number 7. A good one for Axel Schulz. Just when it looked like Mora was going to start to really take this fight away from Schulz, Schulz comes back very strong in round number 7. And at this moment, it's anybody's fight. The 8th round of a scheduled 12-rounder. No knockdowns thus far in the fight. Axel Schulz, he's in the black with the gold. Michael Mora in the green. Mora, of course, the former IBF heavyweight champion, having lost that title to George Foreman, getting stopped in the 10th round. Schulz in his 3rd try for the heavyweight championship. Will the pencils be kind to him tonight if he gets to be there in round number 12? Lost one disputed decision to George Foreman. Lost another to Francois. Both thought it was declared a no contest when both are tested positive for steroids. Mora's only loss coming at the hands of Foreman. Schulz has never been stopped. And had a very good round number 7. Interesting ebb and flow in this fight. Mora taking the first 2 rounds unofficially on my card. 3rd and 4th to Schulz. 5th and 6th to Mora. 7th to Schulz. In a situation that had possibly disaster written all over it as it rained all day and into the preliminary bouts here at Westfalen Stadium. They managed to keep the ring dry. They can't do anything, though, about the temperature. Hopefully the ring lights are warming up the fighters a little bit. It's in the low 40s, possibly the high 30s at this point. For June, very cold. Neither fighter expected this. I'd have to say, having seen Mora fight before, the cold weather might be affecting him more. Not sweating as much as he normally does. Hard to break a sweat at this temperature. Actually hard to call the fight at this temperature. Very cold out here, covered by a blanket, and I'm still shaking. Schulz having another good round, managing to keep Mora off. And I got to imagine Teddy Atlas has got to really be wondering what it's going to take to get his fighter started. Seemed to have everything going his way in the 5th and 6th round. Rocked Schulz. Schulz weathered the storm. And he's doing more than weathering right now. He's winning round number 8, which is drawing to a close, and no knockdowns thus far in the fight. And a good strong finish again by Schulz. An appreciative crowd giving a round of applause to their man, Axel Schulz, as we see him there in his corner. Denny Mancini working the ice bag and swell under the right eye. We take a look now at Michael Morris standing up in his corner. First time he's done that between rounds. Lou Duva, Ralph Citro working on him as well. We take a look at action here from round number 8. Good right jab lands, snapping back the head of Axel Schulz. But all in all, a very good 8th round for Schulz. Unofficially on my scorecard, I've got the fight dead even at end of 8 rounds. 4 rounds for Schulz, 4 rounds for Mora. Bell rings for round number 9. Interesting punch that. Axel Schulz 175 to Mora's 158. Last 2 rounds pulled Schulz back in front, at least as far as that statistic goes. Mora coming out, throws 2 stiff jabs. And again, if the first 30 seconds tells anything, another momentum shift. This time looks like in the favor of Michael Mora. Standing up between rounds. Schulz landing nicely though. 4-punch combination, gets in, gets out. Very characteristic of a Manfred Volka fighter. You've seen Henry Maska fight. Fights very similar to that. Get in, get out. Dead even fight on my scorecard right now. Keep in mind though, we're fighting in Germany. Although that didn't seem to help Axel Schulz in the Francois Botha fight. Until it was declared a no contest, lost a very close and disputed decision on that one. 2 IBF officials at ringside tonight, Benedetto Montello, the European official for the IBF, and of course the president of the IBF, Bob Lee. You see him right there at ringside. The bespectacled gentleman right in the middle of your screen. In my opinion, neither fighter has been able to win 3 rounds consecutively. See if Schulz can break that pattern. Throws a nice right. Schulz seems to be looking a little bit more confident this round in the last several rounds, but he's letting Mora get back in. Mora lands, whenever Mora's been on the inside, he's been landing those uppercuts. Schulz done his best fighting from the outside, keeping Mora off him. Under a minute to go in round number 9. This is scheduled for 12. No knockdowns thus far in the fight, and again, a good combination. Seemed to rock Mora a little bit there. Crowd senses it as well. Didn't look that hard to me. Nevertheless, Mora not seeming to throw much, certainly not landing much at this point. Schulz is sensing now that he can win a decision here tonight. Mora starting to open up. Schulz does not want to lay on the ropes and doesn't want to stay on the inside as we come to the end of round number 9. Schulz opening up again. Very good. Stealing these rounds with 10 seconds to go. Let's take a look in the corner of Axel Schulz at the end of 9 rounds. I've got him pulling ahead now by 1, unofficially up 5-4. Teddy Atlas screaming at his fighter, trying to get his attention.
Do you care about yourself? Do you?
We take a look at action from round number 9. Right hand lead really doing the job. Mora countering with his own right at the same time with Axel Schulz.
We have to be aggressive with the jab. You can't lay on the outside. This guy don't punch on the inside.
Very close round, but again, Schulz finishing very strong. Putting on a lot of flash in the last 10 seconds. Probably enough to take it on the judges' scorecards and enough to take it on this announcer's card.
Runde. Round 10.
Get out of here, Kenny. Get out of here.
As we start round number 9, Axel Schulz unofficially pulling in front by 20 punches. Mora throwing 9 more throughout the fight. And I reflects it on my scorecard, as I've got Axel Schulz up 5 rounds to 4. This is scheduled for 12. There's been no knockdowns thus far in the fight. Oh, and Schulz really starting to open up and gain confidence. Mora very lethargic in his corner between rounds. Teddy Atlas having trouble getting his attention. We've seen this happen to Mora before. He gets lulled to sleep in the late rounds. Right hand lead again, been the very effective weapon all night long for Axel Schulz. When he's abandoned it and tried to use the left jab, hasn't worked. Schulz really showing confidence. Has to be careful, though. Walked into a right hand by Mora there. Minute gone by in round number 10. Crowd sensing that Schulz could pull the upset here. Mora, prohibitive favorite coming in. Schulz due, though, to win a big one by decision. Career-wise, not much of a punching threat. 10 knockouts in his 21 wins. Mora known as the bigger puncher. 30 knockouts and 36 wins. Most of them, though, keep in mind, coming at light heavyweight. Hasn't knocked out a heavyweight since 1993 and has been stopped by a heavyweight himself, that being George Foreman when he lost the title in his first defense. Possible big unification fight at stake here against Mike Tyson. We're talking big money. Schulz going back to that jab, and every time he does, he gets tagged by Mora. Ties up Mora inside. Mora having trouble breaking a sweat here. Very cold. We can't tell you how cold. My producer, Dan Shoemaker, sitting in a nice warm truck, kidding me throughout this fight. And if I'm cold and I'm not doing anything and I'm sitting with a blanket, I got to imagine how cold the fighters are. And for you boxing fans who've watched enough boxing, you know they're into the end of the 10th round, and you could see there's not that much sweat on the fighters. Mora closing strong here at the end of round number 10. But here's where Schulz has always opened up with 10 seconds to go, trying to steal these rounds. Doesn't look like he's going to do it this round, though. Not a bad round for the former champion, Michael Mora. Well, they've gone 10, and we're about to go into the championship rounds. They've both been here before. Schulz been the full 12 rounds 4 times in his career. Michael Mora been 12 only once. That was when he won the world title from Evander Holyfield. That was back in 1994. We take a look at action from round number 10. Very good round for Michael Mora. Seemed to get back into the fight one more time. And again, evening the fight on my scorecard. But the final analysis, it's not going to be my card that means anything tonight. It's going to be the judges. We begin the championship rounds. This is scheduled for 12. This is round 11. Punch stats after 10 has Schulz up by 18 punches. That also in the final analysis means very little. It's going to be how the judges see it if it goes the distance. Mora's starting to open up faster now. Schulz a good 12-round fighter. Lands a nice 4-punch combination on Mora. Mora very stiff. Doesn't look tired. Bill Connor again gives a warning as he breaks the fighters apart. Even. When a minute gone by here in round number 11, I would say that Michael Mora would have to really start to put up an attack. Schulz starting to tie him up effectively when they get on the inside. Mora's best punching came on the inside earlier in the fight. Hasn't been able to land that uppercut. Good right hand lead lands again by Schulz. That's been his signature punch this fight. The thing you're supposed to do against southpaws. He was using fighters like Bonami Parker, fast former light heavyweight cruiserweight. More or less Mora's size. Oh, got caught with an uppercut on the inside again. Second uppercut. Mora's done his best fighting on the inside. Schulz tries to tie him up. Schulz the busier of the two. In a fight with no knockdowns, we're coming to the close of round number 11. That's Mora in the green, Axel Schulz in the black with the gold stripe. Bill Connors the referee. Been rather inconspicuous during this fight. Good round again for Axel Schulz, certainly the busier of the two. Head starting to clash in there as the fighters are getting tired. '11th round, Teddy Atlas screaming at his fighter. Doesn't seem to be able to light a fire under him though. Very calm and quiet right now in Axel Schulz's corner. Unofficially at this point, I've got Axel Schulz up 6 rounds to 5 as we take a look at 11th round action. Those are those uppercuts that landed in close for Mora, but those are the only shots that landed throughout the fight. Excuse me, throughout the round. Schulz opens up again. Right hand lead followed by the left. Almost lands a picture-perfect uppercut of his own. Came up a little short there. What are they thinking in Mora's corner? Do they think he's ahead? Do they think he needs a knockout to win a very close fight? We could wind up with a draw here as we go. And there's the bell for the 12th and final round for the IBF Heavyweight Championship. Very close fight as the punch stats bear out. 222 to 218. You don't get closer than that. What are the judges seeing? This announcer sees Axel Schulz up 6 rounds to 5. We're in the 12th. He does not want to get careless, though, with heavy-hitting Michael Mora at this point. Even a knockdown could sway this fight tremendously at this point. Schulz opening up. A lot of calmness in Schulz's corner between rounds. A lot of desperation talk in the corner of Michael Mora. Teddy Atlas trying to inspire his fighter. Keep in mind the cold weather. They're fighting in the high 30-degree mark at this point. You'd have to wonder at this point, we're in Germany. Is the crowd going to help the judges? They haven't helped Schulz before. The only example of that, of course, being the Botha decision, which was ultimately declared a non-contest, leading to this vacant title fight. Axel Schulz feeling very confident. Michael Mora not exactly fighting, though, like a man who needs a knockout to win this fight, complaining to the referee about the heads clashing. Schulz again using that right-hand lead, which he's used so effectively. Eats a good double jab, though, by Mora. Doesn't want to get caught with that Mora uppercut. Schulz has done his best fighting, staying on the outside, moving in, doing his damage, getting out of there. Mora doing his best fighting on the inside. There he is again. Schulz tying him up, though, has effectively been pulling down the head of Mora with his left hand. Again, very characteristic of his stablemate, Henry Maska. also trained by Manfred Volka. Good combination, brings the crowds to its feet. Under a minute to go in the fight. Will the third time be a charm for Axel Schulz? Or will Michael Moorer regain the championship that he lost to George Foreman, as he was counted out on his back in round number 10 after winning 9 straight rounds? Good combination again by Schulz. Both fighters finishing strong here. Manfred Volka screaming at his fighter, finish strong, you need the round. And he does. Big finish here by Axel Schulz. Schulz waves his hands in the ground, and I have to agree with it. I have Schulz winning the fight 7-5. Teddy Atlas raises his fighter's arm. I don't think so. Unofficially, I've got Axel Schulz 7 rounds to 5. Teddy Atlas hugging his fighter. They're raising Schulz's hands. I will tell you this, I don't know how the crowd feels here, but you saw what happened when they declared Botha the champion, when the crowd thought it. Tonight's judges, John Stewart out of the USA, Dave Paris out of England, Walter Cavalieri out of Italy. No German judges, 1 US judge. The pressure's on them. Crowd anticipating what at the very least has to be a close decision. I saw it 7-5 for Axel Schulz. The final punch stats for the evening. You can see Moorer 4 punches ahead of Schulz. Little busier. But all of that is meaningless at this point. It's all in the judges' hands. Will Michael Moorer regain the crown and improve to 37-1? Or will Axel Schulz, on his 3rd try for the heavyweight championship, be able to pull it off? A draw wouldn't be out of the question either. I see the concerned look and the noise coming out of Dino Duva, promoter of Michael Moorer. Leads me to believe that maybe it didn't go their way, or perhaps we have a draw, and a draw would be justified here. A lot of close rounds, a lot of tough rounds to call. Moorer came out very strong in the first 2. Schulz came back in the 3rd and 4th, then back to Moorer in the 5th and 6th. And Moorer did just enough, in my opinion, to pull this fight.
Ladies and gentlemen.
But to me, I had Axel Schulz winning 7-5.
Your attention, please.
Very anxious crowd, and here's Michael Buffer.
Here in Dortmund, we go to the scorecards. Judge Cavalieri scores the bout 1-1-5 to 1-1-3 for Schulz. Judge Harris scores the bout 1-1-6 to 1-1-3 for Moorer. Judge Stewart scores it 1-1-5 to 1-1-3 for the winner, who is now the IBF heavyweight champion of the world on a split decision. Once again, Michael Moorer.
There you have it. Michael Moorer, the new IBF heavyweight champion of the world by split decision. Scores of 115-113, 116-113 for Moorer. Axel Schulz 115-113. We take a look at the wife of Axel Schulz being consoled there. I had the fight 115-113 for Schulz as well. Axel Schulz, a 3rd time losing a very close decision for the heavyweight championship. Michael Moorer regaining the title for the 2nd time. he will more than likely be the one to go on for the big money unification fight against Mike Tyson. Michael Moore improves to 37-1 as he's become champion. Axel Schulz drops down to 21-3, one draw, one no contest. It's got to be a very disappointing situation. I must say this, though, the crowd seems in control. So on the Cedric Kushner Sports Network, I'm Arnie Tokyo Rosenthal. Good night, Kerry. I'm coming home.